Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and to this month's cherry on top hop. So this month's hop, the theme is spring crafts, and I don't do a lot of crafts beyond my scrapbooking and card making. I am slowly but surely teaching myself how to do felting, but I'm not sure how I would even film that. But one thing I do is I do like to make home decor pieces. So I know on the blog I've done one with embroidery hoops before. I have a whole installation with some vintage doilies. I know there's some pictures of that on my Instagram, but I didn't do a video about like how I did it. And so what I thought I would do was I have these 3 little embroidery hoops. I have some acetate from Pear Blossom Press. I have some Prima flowers and little birdie flowers, and there are tons of styles and colors and different ones all over at a Cherry on Top's shop. And then I also pulled out these 2 pieces from Junk Drawer, the little adhesive brads and the floral ephemera pieces. And I thought I would just go step by step through how I create an altered embroidery hoop. And I don't think we're going to do all 3 of these to camera, but we'll do one of them to camera, and then I'll show you all 3 of them. Okay, so the first step is I feel like these embroidery hoops are really light colored, and I want them maybe a little bit darker for my use today. So I'm going to show you how to dye them. So you do not need anything extra. If you are a scrapbooker or a card maker, if you have just some basic paper crafting supplies, that's all you need. We're not going to go crazy here. We're not going to use any newfangled stuff. I am going to use some Distress Oxide ink in Vintage Photo. This works perfectly. I'm going to just put a little bit on my glass mat, and then I'm just taking the top of an ink blender, and I'm just going to pounce it. I don't believe in having lots of supplies. I like to have a couple supplies that'll do a bunch of stuff, and this is perfect. It's ink. And so it will go ahead, it'll soak right into that wood. It's going to color it and give it this deep, rich, dark color. And it's going to work perfectly. So you can alter things and play with things, probably with products that you just have. No need to buy anything easy. And I think that that's why I really like altering embroidery hoops, because they're super easy to come by. They're really fun, and most of your paper crafting supplies, stuff that you already have, will work beautifully. So we've colored all 3. I didn't do the back because we don't need the back. The back will never be seen. And then just let them dry thoroughly. You can even hit them with a heat tool. In fact, that's what I'm going to do so that they dry quicker and we can get on to the next stop. So you just want to heat up your heat tool. And I love, they already have that little top piece, so you don't get your fingers too dirty. And then you just go over them. Just like that. So we'll let them dry. I'll clean up my glass mat, and then we'll come back and we'll do the next step. So the next step is I want to put some acetate behind this embroidery hoop. When you hang it on the wall or put it into an easel, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to display these in easels on a bookshelf. I want to have it be clear areas of it and be almost see-through, which you'll see in a second. So I just have a marker. I'm going to line it up onto the acetate. I really like this Pear Blossom acetate, and it is available over in the shop because it's nice and thick. It's very thick, and it's not a big like 12 by 12 sheet. It's pretty small. It's just for cards. So it will be perfect to use behind my embroidery hoop. So I'm just gonna take the marker, go all the way around, just make a little ring around the outside edge, and the marker will show up so you can see it. Then I'm just gonna grab a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut inside the line, and then I'll have a circle that will fit perfectly right behind my embroidery hoop. So what I wanna do is I wanna make a little kind of little scenes inside of these embroidery hoops. So, and I want them to be pretty like fun and layered. So I'm going through the die cuts and I'm going to go with something that's pretty green. Bright green. There's these gorgeous bright green elements in this die cut pack, and I think that they will be perfect for my plan. So I'm going to take 2 of them, and then I can just use some glue, and I want to adhere them into the corner. So one of my embroidery hoops, I'm going to place everything in the middle. One, I'm going to place it more into the right corner. This one, we're going to place all of the elements more into the left corner. And when I put them all together, you'll see how that will work. So I'm just going to use some glue, and I have these 2 floral pieces that will work really well. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to put them off the edge. I don't want them to be right in line. So we're going to place this one kind of right here. And then we're going to place this one kind of overlapping it. And basically this is the bottom layer of what will become a couple different layers. So I don't necessarily need everything to fit in perfectly. And I don't mind having this like open space, because remember, we're going to add those Prima flowers, and those Prima flowers are going to fill in right down here. So I'm going to go ahead and press those into place. And then we'll take our embroidery hoop, which is all dry. So it'll kind of look like this when we're all finished. So I'm going to set this over here, let it dry, and I have a hot glue gun here. This is one that I did purchase and get from a Cherry on Top, and it works pretty well. I mean, it's just a hot glue gun, pretty easy, but it doesn't have a cord, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to do a bead of hot glue, and then I'm going to kind of start to adhere the acetate with the hot glue behind the embroidery hoop. So I'm just going to start with one edge, and then once that is kind of adhered, I can go around and I can remove any little strings or pieces I don't like or don't want after we're all done. So we're just going to press these down. And then I am going to let this dry a little bit, and then you can see like there'll be like these little like glue blobs. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to pick off all the little glue blobs, and then we can come back. And this will dry real quick, so that's a good. Give it a good press down, make sure it's all adhered. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to take my scissors and trim right around the edge and trim off that little bit of the die cut that's kind of sticking out, or if there's any little of the glue balls or anything else, just kind of clean up the edges there. Pretty simple. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add some of these. So I just hauled these in a video not that long ago. These are some rhinestone like strips. Super cute and pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, and I'm trying to decide what order I want to do this in. Maybe what I want to do is to go ahead and put the flowers in first, and then put the edging on. So let's see. So you can kind of really get an idea here of how this is going to work. Take some of the flowers and kind of just pop them in to this kind of corner area. I have some of these pretty little birdie ones too that I love, so we can kind of tuck those into. These are really good. This is a really great project if you often end up with flowers that are just a little, or trims or anything that's just a little too bulky for a scrapbook page. This is a really great kind of option. The ones that have the adhesive on the back really do stick well, so I'm not going to worry about those. Those should be completely fine with the adhesive that's behind them. But for the flowers, we're going to just kind of tuck those in. And then we have the little butterfly up at the top. And again, if you're worried, like you can see here, there's a little bit of like a glue thing. Just let that dry, completely dry. And then take, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to use. You just take a palette knife like this, and you just come in and kind of just rub it over the acetate, and it will all scrape away. Super simple. So if you see those kinds of smudges as you're working, leave them. Don't touch them, leave them alone till you're completely finished and everything's dry, and then you can really easily just get that little bit of adhesive up. So for this edging, this is the best way that I have found to do it. Put your a bead of glue just right where the two pieces of your embroidery hoop meet. Pull the backing off of the rhinestone strip, and it is really sticky. The adhesive, the wet glue for me is just like extra insurance, and the wet glue dries completely clear, so you will never see it. But it also helps you to be able to manipulate this beaded string so that it will lay flat, adhere the way that you want it to. Like you have some play. You have some time and some play to be able to get it around the circle exactly the way that you want it. And at the time that I am filming this, this green is still in stock over in the store, and so is the pink. And I will link those in the description box below. I will also link up the flowers, maybe not these exact colors, because of course you want to be able to make this the way you want. So I would suggest something that matches your decor, but I'm going to link you up to all of the Prima flowers so that you can pick and choose and decide which ones you want. I will also link you up to all of the little birdie flowers because I really like them. The size of them for this project is specifically, those butterflies are the bee's knees, let me tell you. Okay, so we're just gonna add this right around the edge and just kind of keep manipulating these little pearls, this pearl string around the edge of this embroidery hoop. Until you get it right where you want it. And you still have some. This isn't going to use all of it, so you'll definitely still have some left over for accents on a scrapbook page, which we'll do another day. Okay. So what I'm doing is, let me show you here. I am going to leave, I'm going to go around all the edges and pull and put this into place. It looks so pretty, right? And then in this open area up at the top, right there, I'm going to put one of the little adhesive brads from this collection. So kind of like this one. And I'm doing it again. I'm using just a little bit of that wet glue and popping that brad right in the center. And then walk away and let everything dry, because the glue will kind of reactivate that ReInker that we had from the Distress Oxide. And you don't want to like mess up the inside of this. So, and you're going to get, so just set it aside, let it dry completely, and then go through with your little palette knife, and kind of just, or even a little bit of undo. Not a lot, just be very, very cautious and careful if there's any kind of glue balls or anything anywhere you don't like. So here is our 2 finished embroidery hoops. This is the one I made on camera, and then this is the second one that I made. You can see it there. It's so cute. And I will leave in the description box or at the end of this video some photographs of how I style them. I just put them on an easel and place them onto a bookcase, so they fit real nice on a small easel. But they're so gorgeous and pretty. I love how they turned out. So that is a quick, fun way to get a little bit of extra decor into your home for the spring without having to buy a whole lot of supplies. Really, really easy. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to head down to the description box and hop along with all of the different girls here at A Cherry on Top for our spring crafts hop. Be sure to comment. You can just leave a little flower on my video. That will count as your comment. And everyone who comments will be put into a drawing for a $24 gift certificate. Okay, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.